Tonight on Texas News Channel, new developments on Riverside student housing,
women walking in space,
and UTPD receiving transgender awareness training.
You're watching Texas News Channel,
your leader for live, local UT coverage. And welcome to Texas News Channel. From Monday, October 21st, I'm Mercedes Gonzales.
And I'm Cynthia Miranda. Thank you for joining us tonight.
A panhandler threatened to stab a woman and a restaurant manager outside of Vespayo on South Congress on Saturday. Police say the restaurant manager noticed a man sitting outside the restaurant and asked him to leave. That's when the man became aggressive and threatened to stab the manager in the throat. Later in the evening, the panhandler approached the woman outside Vespayo and asked her for money. When she refused, the man again threatened to stab her. 44-year-old Destin Bradley was arrested and taken into custody. He is charged with making a terroristic threat. In result of this latest incident involving a panhandler, Governor Greg Abbott tweeted Saturday that the state needs to take action against crime in Austin, saying constant crimes like this is compelling the state to step in.
The city of Austin responded to Governor Abbott's multiple requests to change its homeless ordinance. City Council voted Thursday to reinstate parts of a ban on homeless camping. A decision by the council in June had lifted an existing ban on camping, sitting, and lying down in public areas, but Thursday's decision reintroduces some limits restricting camping within 15 feet of businesses, on sidewalks, and around the Austin Resource Center. City Council passed rezoning changes to student housing on Riverside last Thursday. These changes will bring new units to house the homeless, but UT students protested at City Hall against this decision. I went out to see what these students had to say.
City Council approved the redevelopment of apartments in Riverside on Thursday. This will tear down more than 1,000 apartments that mainly house students. Councilman Sabino Renteria says he approved this redevelopment because it ensures close to 500 units of affordable housing.
That's why I'm supporting it, because I know that, we're going to lose those places. And I want to make sure that we have guaranteed affordability for the next 40 years plus.
UT student Jessica Mesa protested with the organization Defend Our Hoods. She is a first-generation student, and she says having affordable housing affects her success.
Being able to afford housing in Austin with a very close proximity to the UT campus, it's a necessity for me to be able to focus on my studies while I'm making kind of the leap in my family for my Mexican family, my Chicano family, to better myself and to better my education.
Student government held a silent protest at City Hall. Student body president Cameron Goodman says they did this so students could have a voice outside of UT.
We also decided to organize a protest here at City Council just to make sure that the student voice is heard and is shown that when you're making your vote, this is the students that you're affecting.
Student government also passed legislation to request more housing accommodations for students, and they're open to discussing the issue of affordable housing with City Council. Cynthia Miranda, Texas News Channel.
The FBI released a recent report on crime in the United States which provided statistics for violent crimes across cities and colleges. With the data, the Houston Chronicle made a list of the most dangerous Texas colleges in 2018 according to violent crime rates. Of the 35 Texas colleges, UT made the list with a total of 12 violent crimes in 2018.
Next semester, UTPD will receive transgender awareness training. The training includes learning LGBTQ vocabulary, hate crime laws, gender markers on IDs, and respecting gender identity. Transgender students will also speak about their experience with discrimination and answer officer questions. The training will fulfill LGBTQ campus safety requirements for Campus Pride Index. Campus Pride is a national nonprofit that aims to teach colleges on how to be more LGBTQ inclusive.
Say people see that we're willing to be open to work with the transgender community, maybe people of another marginalized community may see that, UTPD isn't this bad group of people. We really are trying to make that connection with people and connect with individuals.
This highest civil court has ruled that UT is not liable for an incident that occurred over 4 years ago in which a UT maintenance truck hit a woman on a bike while backing out of a parking space. The woman, who is a UT grad, sued the school for negligence, but lost the case as she was technically trespassing in the university-owned apartment complex where she was hit, making UT not liable for the accident.
Former UT mathematics professor John Tate died at 94 last week. He won the world's top prize in mathematics and taught at UT for nearly 20 years. Tate has made massive contributions to studies in encryption and cryptography. Because of Tate's involvement, he has several concepts named after him, including the Tate module, the Tate curve, the Tate cycle, and many more. The chair of the Department of Mathematics, Thomas Chen, said, "John Tate was brilliant and legendary leader in the field." Coming up on Texas News Channel, popular restaurants closing.
And UT improves game day security.
Last week, when they joined each other outside of the International Space Station for the first all-female spacewalk. The pair dangled over 200 miles above Earth as they worked on the space station. The two say this is an important step, or walk rather, for women everywhere.
Almost a year ago, the city of Austin issued a boil water notice. Austinites were left without drinking water for days after heavy rains caused the Colorado River to fill with silt, dirt, and debris, and the water treatment plants could not keep up. UT advised students not to drink the water from any of the sinks or water fountains. Many stores like H-E-B ran out of water bottles over the 7-day period. Since then, the city of Austin has made many efforts to improve the system, including a $10 million investment into the water treatment system. UT alumna and former physician Lorraine Casey Stengel and her partner Lorraine Wire have transferred their estate to the university, creating the largest gift in the College of Natural Sciences, collectively worth $45 million. The Stengel-Wire endowment will be used for educational efforts and scientific research on biodiversity, plants, animals, and their interactions with the world.
Several of Austin's hottest restaurants are closing their doors. The wait at Hut's Hamburgers on 6th Street was over an hour yesterday, as the burger joint finished up its 80 years of serving the people of Austin. But they are not the only one closing. The original Torchy's Tacos on 1st Street opened about a decade ago and will officially close tomorrow. Other restaurants in West Campus have also closed within the last year due to increased rent.
A new food truck opened last Wednesday behind the co-op and serves West African cuisine. The food truck African Delights will serve items such as Senegalese yassa chicken, fishball stew, and beef patties. The food truck will be open between the hours of 11:30 a.m. and 2:45 p.m.
With a touch of your fingerprint, you can now get into daycare much quicker to watch the Longhorns. UT Athletic Program partnered with the company Clear to introduce new fingerprint security access pods. The new system was in place for Saturday's game and will remain for the rest of the season. It can be found at Gate 25. To use it, you must sign up for free on Clear's website or on site with your school ID and government-issued ID.
Princeton Review's Best College List for 2020 listed 13 Texas universities, and UT is one of them. The list doesn't rank universities numerically, but instead gives distinctions based on survey results from over 140,000 students. One of the biggest factors of UT's distinction was students insisting that the university provides excellent academics, athletics, social life, and location.
Dell Medical School Dean Clay Johnston has been elected to the National Academy of Medicine. It is one of the highest honors in the health field. Johnston joined the Dell Medical School in 2014 and has played a big part in building the medical schools program for UT. During this 5-year tenure, Johnston has transferred Dell Med and UT Health Austin into one of the most innovative health centers in the nation. Well, this weather today was actually really great. It was like warm and cool. I'm a big fan of it.
Yeah, definitely. It's my favorite type of weather. It's a little bit sunny, but still kind of cool.
Oh yeah. Oh my God. And Dallas had a tornado this past weekend.
Oh, yeah.
That was insane. Like I don't think it was really like a lot of injuries or anything.
Oh, that's good.
Well, let's take it to Faith in the Weather Center. Faith.
Thanks, Mercedes. Today was mostly cloudy, but will those clouds return? Stay tuned. Well, Longhorns, I know we are all annoyed by Mother Nature's mood changes this past weekend, but this week looks to be free from those upper 90-degree temperatures and moving towards cooler weather. finally. Headed into the week, all you will need is a light jacket and maybe some rain boots for Thursday and Friday. For those of you who will take those late night strolls around good old Jester, prepare for a low of 53 tonight. As for tomorrow, we can expect a high of 80 and a low of 51. Wednesday, we will see a high of 81 and a low of 61 with mostly clear skies. But they won't be clear for long. Thursdays, we'll see highs in the upper 70s, lows in the lower 50s, and over 50% chance of rain. So take your umbrellas to any late night study sessions. Friday brings highs in the upper 60s, lows in the upper 40s, and thankfully clear skies with a low chance of rain. Saturday welcomes a sunny day with highs in the low 70s and lows in the upper 40s. To wrap the week up, Sunday brings highs in the upper 70s and lows in the lower 50s. Lucky for us, spooky season may just be scaring away that Texas heat. Live from the Weather Center, I'm Faith Osterberg. We'll be right back with sports.
Welcome back. We now welcome in sports correspondent Jared Murphy. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you. Let's head to DKR for the highlights from this weekend's game, where the 15th ranked Longhorns took on the Kansas Jayhawks. So, Texas, Rashawn Johnson runs 14 yards, taking in for a Longhorns touchdown. Longhorns lead 7-0, scoring again later, making it 14-0. Kansas, Puka Williams Jr. runs for 65 yards, a first down for Kansas. Next, second half, Kansas, Puka Williams Jr. runs 7 yards for a Kansas touchdown. Texas 14 to Kansas 10. Sam Ehlinger does a run play, running for 24 yards for a Texas first down. Ehlinger throws a 5-yard touchdown to Brenham Eagles for a Texas touchdown. Texas 21, Kansas 17. Next, third quarter. Kansas's Carter Stanley throws a 9-yard touchdown to Stephon Robertson Jr. for a Kansas touchdown. Texas 21, Kansas 24. Kansas quarterback sacked for a loss of 7 yards. Kansas 24, Texas 24. Fourth quarter, Rashawn Johnson runs for an impressive 11-yard first down. Sam Ehlinger throws a complete pass to Devin Duvernay, taking it in for a 14-yard touchdown. Texas 31, Kansas 24. Ehlinger throws a pass intended to Colin Johnson, instead intercepted by Kansas' Dejon Stevens, taking it in for a 2-yard return, with Kansas going for an extra point, tying the game, but it's blocked by Deshaun Jameson, running it in to make the score Texas 33, Kansas 30. Sam throws a pass to Devin Duvernay for a 43-yard touchdown. Texas 40, Kansas 30. Stanley throws a pass to Stephon Robertson for a 22-yard touchdown, followed by a 2-point attempt, which is good, making the score Kansas 48, Texas 46. In the final moments, in the final 8 seconds of the game, Texas kicker Cameron Dicker kicks a 33-yard field goal, sealing the win for Texas. Final, Texas Longhorns 50, Kansas Jayhawks 48.
So looking at Texas' performance, what was their biggest problem throughout the game?
Well, that's a great question. Texas had multiple problems. Besides our offensive line still struggling to hold off Kansas' defensive line, allowing Sam Ehlinger to be sacked 3 times, or the fact that the defense missed many of their tackles, allowing for Kansas to make the game even more difficult for Texas. Saturday night, I feel that Texas just played themselves down heavily. Going against a team that is ranked lowest in the Big 12, Texas should have had held a greater lead and win over Kansas instead of the 3-point win over Kansas.
Absolutely. Texas' offense and defense seemed to struggle. With that said, do you feel that Texas deserved to win?
Sadly, no. Though Texas is still dealing with many injuries, such as the leading safety Caden Stearns and Brandon Jones, they still had a remaining roster that should have been more than capable of standing their own ground to bulldoze Kansas's defense and offense. There was little Saturday night, just no excuse for why they held themselves to such a low standard against one of the worst teams in our division. Looking at the number of yards they allowed Kansas quarterback Carter Stanley, which was 310 yards to pass through the game, allowing him to throw 4 touchdown passes periodically through the game, which truly was devastating coming from the Texas defensive line. Texas offense allowed Sam to throw 399 yards. However, within that 399 yards, there was an interception and a fumble that came from it with the 3 sacks. Overall, Texas' performance against the Kansas Jayhawks was truly mediocre and sloppy thoroughly.
Yes, absolutely. Mentioning the Texas performance against Kansas was not the best. How should Texas look to perform in later matchups, like the number 14 Baylor Bears and Texas Tech?
Well, if Texas wants to start proving that they're a force to be reckoned with going into these next couple of weeks, they're going to need to change and improve things along the lines before they go even against Iowa State. The defensive line will need to come with a better game plan with little to no missed tackles, tighter covering on their opponent's wide receivers, and pressuring the offensive line of their opponent to have more sacks. Texas' offensive line will need to come in better, protecting Sam, not allowing him to be sacked as much as he was against OU, even against Kansas, which was one of the worst defensive lines in the Big 12. Though I do feel somewhat confident that we should be fine going into those games, because by the time that comes, we should be seeing some of our previous injured players returning into the field, such as safety Caden Stearns, defensive back Chris Brown, running back Daniel Young, and wide receiver Jordan Whittington. I feel that with the return of these players, this could be a big game changer in the turnouts for Texas in the games such as Baylor, Texas Tech, and even Iowa State.
Well, hopefully we can see that for Texas in the future. Thanks, Jared, for coming in and giving us your analysis. We'll be right back with entertainment news.
Welcome back to Texas News Channel. I'm Alexa Sherry. OU's Sooner had a major malfunction on Saturday during a touchdown celebration against West Virginia. The horse-drawn wagon was racing down the field when it made a sharp turn and fell on its side. 2 people were thrown from the carriage as the horses continued to run into the end zone. There were no serious injuries. OU athletes say the accident was caused by improper weight distribution. Original cast members from the 1990s movie The Sandlot were spotted wearing burnt orange Saturday at the Texas-Kansas game at DKR. Actors Chauncey Lepardi, known as Squints, Patrick Renna, Ham, and Tom Geary, Smalls, were in town for a screening and a meet and greet event that happened Sunday in Dripping Springs. Meghan Markle opened up about her struggles being in the spotlight, especially being pregnant with the world watching her go through the pregnancy. She was very emotional, saying, "Any woman, especially when they are pregnant, you are really vulnerable, so that was really challenging." Makeup guru Kylie Jenner's Rise and Shine lullaby to her daughter Stormi has gone instantly viral, receiving millions of views. Jenner was giving her fans a virtual tour of the Kylie Cosmetics headquarters when she ended her stop in Stormi's room, walking up with her with the breathtaking tune of singing Rise and Shine. Endless memes have been created after Jenner herself even posted on Instagram her face photoshopped on a sun saying no caption needed. Her Rise and Shine merch includes limited edition hoodies and is selling out quick. That's it for me. I'm Alexa Sherry. Back to you.
Thanks, Alexa, and thank you for tuning in.
You can follow us on Twitter, Instagram at Texas News TSTV.
If you have a news tip, you can reach us on all socials or email news@texasstudenttv.com.
You can catch Good Morning Texas Wednesdays at 7 a.m. and Tower Talks Wednesdays at 6 p.m. I'm Cynthia Miranda.
And I'm Mercedes Gonzales. From all of us at TNC, good night.